In this lesson, we are going to deal with the topic of set. And in this topic, we are going to deal with two parts. These two parts are, the first one is meaning of a set and set notation. A second part, which will be considered, is representation of a set. Now, let us start with our first part. As I have said that, it is the meaning of a set and set notation. Let us start with the meaning. What is set? We define that a set is a collection of well-defined and well-distinguished objects. We have various examples of sets in our everyday life. For example, a good example of a set is like a set showing a collection of trees, or a set showing a flock of sheep, or a set representing a pile of books. So there are different examples in our everyday life which show the collection of things as I have mentioned. Now, after we have seen the meaning of a set, let us see how do we denote a set. I mean a set notation. We denote a set by using a capital letter. So we use capital letters to denote sets. The capital letters used are like maybe a capital letter D, you may use D, or E, or Z, or a capital letter B, for example, or a capital letter F. So you have to know that when we name a set, we should use a capital letter, as I have shown you here. After this, you have to know that any set has the members. The members of a set are known as elements. If the elements of a set are written in letters, they should be in small letters. For example, maybe let us assume we have a set A, and this set A has elements, and these elements are like A, B, C. For example, A, B, and C. These elements should be in small letters, so you have to take note of that. But you have also to remember that the elements of a set are not necessary to be letters. You may find sometimes they are given in terms of numbers, so it depends. After we have seen the way we write a set, as we have said that it is written in capital letter or named in capital letter, and its members, if are in letters, they should be in small letters. Also, you have to know that if maybe A or B or C is the member belonging to set A, we may write it as follows. We write that A is a member of set A. As you see, this means that element A is found in set A. Or we may write element maybe C is a member of set A. Also, you can find that maybe you want to mention more than one element from a given set, and to show that all those elements belong to the particular set. How can you do it? For example, let us use maybe element A and B, or all together A, B, and C. We write it this way. We write that element A, B, and C belong to set A. This is the way we write. So this means that element A, B, and C are the members of set A. So this is the way we make set notation. After that, let us go to a second part. as I've said that. A second part is representation of a set. Before I explain this second part, which is representation of a set, you have to note the following. Here I have explained the case the given elements belong to a particular set. Now, what if any of these elements is not a member of set A? Here, maybe element A does not belong to set A. How are you going to write this? We write it this way. You will write element A is not a member of set A, or maybe element C is not a member of A. If element C is not found within the members of set A, we will write as follows: element C is not the member of set A. This way. So this is the way we write the element in particular to its set if the particular element does not belong to that set. After this elaboration, now let us see the way we represent a set. We have two ways of representing a set. The first way is roster form or tabular form, and a second way is set builder form or rule method. Let us start with our first way of representing a set. This is roster form or tabular form. How do we carry it out? We say that in roster form or tabular form, we list all members of a set within brackets, curly brackets, and these elements are separated by using commas. For example, maybe set B is a set containing all counting numbers less than 5. Now, how are you going to represent this set by roster form or tabular form? You will write it this way. Set B contains all counting numbers less than 5. So it means that it has 1, 2, 3, and 4. Because these are the only counting numbers which are less than 5. This is the way we use roster form or tabular form to represent a set. As we've said that, we list the elements by separating them using comma, as you see, and we close the elements by using curly brackets, as we have seen these. After the first method of representing a set, which is roster form or tabular form, let us see a second method. This is using set builder form or rule method. How is this method? We say that we use a variable, for example, a variable y or any, maybe x, a, b, whatever, to represent any member of a set followed by a property satisfied by each member of the set. So, in the case of a variable, you may assume any variable depending on the situation. For example, I have decided to use y. So, let us use the same example as in roster form to represent it in a set builder form. How will it be? You have to remember, it was to represent a set B which contains all members which are counting numbers less than 5. Now, how are we going to represent them by using set builder form? We are going to write it this way. As I've said that, my variable here is y. So, my counting numbers are going to be represented by y. So here we will say that set B has the following members. set B has the following members. Has members which are y such that y is a counting number less than 5 So this is the way we represent a set by using set builder form or method. As you see here, we have used the variable y to represent these counting numbers, but after using that variable, you have to specify which property is satisfied by the particular variable. The property here is the counting numbers which are less than 5. So these are the two ways used to represent a set.